Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Batiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680. Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Hi there. How you guys? Welcome to another episode of Hashtag episode 62. We got some really good shit for you all today, per the usual, and we have a guest that I'm really excited to hear what the guest has to say. But you know who's coming at you live and direct. It is your girl Tiffany. Follow me on the gram _Tiffany Noco. Okay, then we're gonna roll in our other host here today, and then she'll roll in our guest. So what's up, Chris? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Tiff? It's your girl, Chris Yvette. You can find me right here. Once again, Television Magic, IG, Shershay_law_Chris. Find me there, as well as my website, blackoutofthebox.com. And we have a really awesome, fabulous guest who is some like a pimptress, who's here to spit some hot dialogue, give us some advice when it comes to dating while black. So she is.
I'm definitely black.
She's definitely
definitely out there.
She's definitely out
you
there.
You call it dating. That's what you can call it.
Yes. And it's my homegirl, Tennille. What's up, though?
Hey, how's everybody doing? I am so glad to be here on y'all's show today.
Yes.
I know it's for a little over, but we gonna make it work.
That's for sure.
Yes,
That's for sure.
I'm very happy to be here. Everybody make sure you follow me also at simply.Tennille. We on this thing.
Yes.
Where we going with it, ladies?
Follow the love. Follow the love.
Yeah.
All of our followers, all of our viewers, go and follow our guest today.
Yeah.
So our topic for today, we're gonna get into a little bit of a how should I share this? It's a little bit of a sticky topic because, you know, it's a little emotional when you start talking about this type of stuff, but it can get a little heated too. So we're actually talking about dating today, and to narrow it down, we are talking dating while black. Okay, big discussion. There's a lot of things to kind of narrow down on, but it's the show is a little focused around something else that we were supposed to be doing today, but no worries. It would make a little bit more sense. But we're still going to jump into the topic, and we're going to digest it and share all of our opinions. So one of the things that I want to just, like, ask, because it seems like, well, why do you got to narrow down on dating while black? Why it can't just be dating? You know, why is it important to kind of just talk about amongst, like, the black community dating? Because I feel like, you know, for us it's a bit different because, like, our culture is different. A lot of people like to imitate our culture. They like to invite themselves into our culture, and we see a lot of other races kind of like to navigate over on our end too. So, you know, let's digest
let's just
a
jump
little
right in
bit.
there. You can throw out so many different stereotypes in regards to dating while black,
This is
because
true.
we have to deal with all the other women want
Hello.
our men.
Say that.
We barely have any because they're supposedly all in jail. So the
Say
ones
that.
we do have are where? With them.
Hello.
So then that brings in a whole nother piece. Now
Right.
we got to try to branch out. We got to try to find some
But
other
do we?
things.
Okay.
We don't. We are the most loyal race there is. Like, why can't we let go?
I mean, I feel like, and I agree with you as well. I think dating while black is dating for us is different. It is definitely
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
compared to
Yeah.
our white counterparts, Asian, Latinx, whatever. It's different for them. And for us, it's so many different things because you have this trope about the strong black woman. You have this trope about lazy black men or black men
Definitely.
that have made it and they leave us. So it's so many different things involved with it. So dating while black, I think is necessary. There needs to be a manual. I think we need to write it.
Okay, so
low-key.
since we're talking about there needs to be a manual and just like some of the things that we experience and how it's different, what's different? What's different? Okay, I know this because I'm black. I'll date black men. Hello. But for people who do not date black or who have never dated black that may be watching this show or whatever, like what can we say that's like the bigger difference in dating, someone of the African American race?
I think for me the biggest thing is there's that understanding of the black experience. I feel like when I have dated outside of my race, very few and far between. But the little times I've done it, it's that black experience. It's just the certain little things that we know because we know.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's in us.
Yeah.
And other people don't get that. Maybe some fine little Afro Latinx people out there might get Latinx folks. They might get it.
You might get it.
Little colored
Colored
skin thing.
skins,
I'm going to tell you this. Okay. So I went to Texas A&M University.
Oh, okay.
We were even less. We had
Yeah.
less slim pickings, okay?
Yeah.
So
Oh, girl.
the ones we
Yes, y'all
did
do.
were mostly athletes at that who had their pick of the litter. And if you
Yeah.
don't want to deal with, all of the riffraff going on because somebody's potentially going to have some money one day,
Yeah.
you may just want to, trinkle on over. Then you're sitting there inside of somebody's house, living room, watching movies with their parents, and you say something like, "There go white people, fucking shit up again." And then you realize where you are. And you're like, "Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm here
Yeah.
with y'all."
Yeah.
And then the mom says,
Yeah.
"It's okay. We make unfair comments about you guys too." It's uncomfortable sometimes.
It is very
You
uncomfortable.
can't be yourself completely.
No,
You can't.
that's facts.
You can't.
I'm trying to think. I've had some encounters of like dating us. This was, when I was
Years ago.
younger.
Yes.
I don't really dabble like that no more. But it is uncomfortable in conversation because it's like I'm saying things and you can't really relate to them, and then you kind of, and when you're dating. People
But they
get
want to really
comfortable-
bad.
People get comfortable when you're dating, right? And even though it's like you can't relate to what I'm saying, and you know that you're not even supposed to be in the conversation, you just a listening ear. You want to try to dive into the conversation and give me like your opinion or say some shit that you shouldn't say just because we're dating and you think like, oh, I can be comfortable enough saying that shit with you. No,
Absolutely
no,
not.
Absolutely not.
No.
And it's so crazy. Even okay, and this is just my experience of because I have friends of other races. Okay, just FYI, disclaimer so y'all know I do. And some of the friends that I have, they date black men. Okay, I don't got a problem with it. It is what it is. That's y'all chose each other. But sometimes I do be having to like scratch my head like, okay, but you like in the conversation and you keep saying like referring to him as your nigga and stuff, and I know y'all be y'all doing what y'all do. That makes me
There's another
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable piece.
It makes me uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
I definitely do not agree with that.
That's the vice versa.
I know that
in
they do that.
dating
I know
while
that
black.
they do that amongst their friends and
Right.
stuff like this. I definitely don't like that.
No, but at the same
But
time,
I
somebody
do
got to
it.
check. I feel that, but at the same time, if I'm over here dating Billy Joe and we here for Thanksgiving and Billy Joe grandpa talking about them niggas over there, I hope this is something that
sorry.
happens.
But
No,
would
it's
you
all
rather
good.
them hide it?
I'd rather not, but I hope you check the shit out your grandpa.
I think they're not going to do
They're,
that either
of course
because they're
not
used to it.
Oh, absolutely. And then on top of that, who would want to cause any type of arguments or any type of issues between family and something that's always been ingrained in that family, like talking about niggas? Let's just have a meal and talk about niggas together. I'm saying.
Because I could talk about a couple
Ooh,
of them.
child.
Girl, me too.
I could definitely talk about a couple of them.
I But maybe that's, I don't know. I guess that's the vice versa end too. Because I felt like if I was dating, like let's just say, a white boy, I had to tell him like, that's some white people shit that y'all do. You can't tell me that's some nigga shit that I do. You can't tell me that, but I'm gonna tell you that.
Oh, I agree.
So I mean, I just want you to know that what you do is not normal to my culture, and that's some white people shit. But you can't ever tell me that's some nigga shit. That's why we don't need to be dating one another. That's it right there. That's why we can't do it.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Because it's not gonna be fair. I don't want to make you uncomfortable, but you definitely cannot tell me what I do is some nigga shit. We ain't gonna do that ever.
Oh, we'll fight.
I live a very integrated life. My kids' godparents are white. Their grandmother is white as well. Like, we have a really great time all together. But sometimes little things slip out. This seemed like it might, need me to make a reference to it. You know what I'm saying? But this comes from interracial dating,
Right.
It all stems from that.
Yeah.
Like, my kid's godfather will say that his wife got a big booty and this, that, and the other. Like, and he's like, yeah, Natalie, she should be related to you, this, that, and the other. And you're like, really? I need to get some of her hips because I don't have any. So it's like, there's a trade-off there.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I feel like if you're dating outside of your race, at some point you guys are gonna say something that makes each other uncomfortable because your cultures are just not the same. It just is what it is.
that's why they made.
And I could be wrong. But I don't think so because I dated.
Girl, don't bring up the book.
I dated a mix.
I can't bring up the Bible
for a little while, And I'm from my experience, I just think that if you guys are are of different races and different cultures, at some point somebody's gonna say something or not agree with something that's gonna make each other uncomfortable.
I don't necessarily agree with that because now let me tell you something. I have a disclaimer. If you are Dominican, Puerto Rican, Panamanian, any of those Anians, I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
I'm just saying. I think it's a little different. From my experience, when I have dated people who are of Latin descent and they have some color to them, some melanin, the experiences really isn't that different. It's actually very, very similar. Now, your people might speak Spanish. Your folks, were invaded by Spain. We were just brought here. So, it's a little bit different. But, I mean, Panamanians, I ain't mad at them. Holla at me. Just saying.
Holla at her.
I'm just saying. I'm not mad.
Holla if you hear me.
Any Anakin's. Anakin's Anians.
Chris just told y'all put your application in. Boo, that's what she just said.
I'm definitely on the road of
like them.
sticking with the black man.
Yes.
With all of his issues, with all of his whatever. I'm definitely on the build-up team. People like to tell me that I have the broken doll syndrome and I want to fix something.
You're a Libra. You have that.
Oh God, it's so horrible.
It's
I
in
wish I
you.
could get away with. I wish I could get away from it. But I just feel like you got to be there for each other.
Agreed.
And I was very happy to have black children. So
yes.
yeah.
Well,
With issues that you can deal with, because I also think that in relationships like that, when you steer away, you create problems for your children that you're not even thinking about because they go to school. They have all different types of things to deal with.
True.
You may be ready to deal with that. Your husband may be able to deal with that. But can you deal with it when your baby's hurting?
yeah, that's true.
So it causes a lot of problems. So let's get back to dating while black.
All right. What you got to say, Tim?
We'll hold off on that. I'll get to that later. I'll get to it later. It makes more sense a little long down the line when we talking about something else. But I don't know. I just feel like the experience. I feel like it's just important to just talk about it because amongst the culture, I feel like it's a lot of like inside shit more than it is outside. And what I mean by that, it's a lot of like in the circle of black people, the problems that we deal with dating while black, because we deal with so many like myths, so many like racial bias against each other that it makes it difficult for us to date
versus the dark skin. Whether like, it's male or female,
exactly.
It's still a big issue.
It's like so many different fucking racial bias and stereotypical things that we have to deal with amongst each other. The whole like light skin, dark skin thing, like you were saying. Light skin man, feminine, dark skin man might beat your ass. Light skin women got an attitude. Dark skin women, like it's so many things. Yes, within like dating each other.
I don't know. I say this.
People pick partners based off of some of the, and it's crazy. And I know you may think like, okay, that shit don't really exist, because when you think about the people
Everybody has
around you,
preferences.
but it does.
That's true.
It's different from it being a preference and from it being something that you are like strong holding on as a bias. Just like the whole like, light skinned women make pretty babies, or like white skin. I mean, I'm not, and I'm just saying these are things that people. These are things that people say. These are racial bias.
I've heard. Of course, I'm from the South, so I know people said these things. But I'm saying, as of late, for me speaking, Black Panther has saved my life. Thank you, Okoye and Adora Milaje, because you made dark skin and just short hair, just everything. So Black Panther saved my life. So shout out to you, Ryan Coogler, for making chocolate in. I'm just saying.
Because
for me, I don't know, and we are all brown skin. I don't know. I sit and say for me speaking, brown skin been in. People been wanting some chocolate.
It's always been in.
Thank you. It always has been in.
We went in the middle.
Have we went anywhere?
I don't
know. I feel
like
like maybe it's me. I'm winning.
No,
I don't know about everybody else on this panel, but she's winning.
Because even if you go back to like shit like music videos, I mean, not to say that there wasn't like dark skin, and I'm not making it a light skin, dark skin thing. I'm just saying, this
that
is
just
the
the one issue out of dating while
like
Black
stands. But even if you go back to like there was this video a couple months ago. One of the Mary Marys. Is both their name Mary?
Well, the group is Mary Mary.
One of the Mary Marys of the Marys.
The Campbell sisters.
She her daughter, dark skinned little girl, right? And
I've seen this.
Yes, the video of her where she was crying to her, and she was like, well, I don't have a date to the dance because a lot of the boys don't go for girls that look like me. They like the light skinned girls and the skinnier girls. And then she asked her, well, damn, am I not pretty? And it kind of made me upset too, because her mom kind of like, and I'm not judging nobody's parenting, but in my opinion, I do feel like she kind of brushed it off like, that's not a thing, that doesn't exist. And it is a real thing, and that's a part of the dating world amongst the Black community.
I mean, me personally, I shouldn't say this. Like I said, I've been winning. I think Black women, period, it's our time. I don't care what color, size, shape. I don't care if you is big as, or not even big, if you're curvy. You know what I'm saying? If you
let me in.
Okay. Gone.
Tap me in.
Gone. You in, girl.
I'm going to say this in reference to what you're talking about. The issue is the parent teaching their child to love themselves. That's the whole key. If you're there and you're self-confident and you're in front of your child and you are beautiful and Black is everything and whatever else, it teaches them, even no matter what anybody else says to you, no matter whatever, I know that we all want this approval and we want whatever. There's going to be somebody out there who has given you that little glimpse that you needed to make it to the next piece.
That's true.
A lot of that needs to be left out, because it's the parents who in turn have probably made it a negative thing. You've been saying something crazy in the back while you on the phone. You thinking your child not listening, but they listened the whole time. They didn't heard it all. They didn't absorbed it. And now they think don't nobody like them, so they're projecting that when they get to school.
Absolutely. I think that's where it starts. I know for me growing up, my biggest influence as far as self-confidence and being proud of me and being a Black woman, my dad was a very fair complected man. Seriously, like my mom was darker than me, and hearing him really every day, Chris, you're beautiful, I think you're amazing, like you're lovely, your skin and this and that, because him, my grandma, my sister, all them was light. And then it's just me and my mom, and we over here brownies. You know what I'm saying? And he knew that would be something I would face, especially growing up in Dallas, Texas in the early 90s, late 80s. So I'm just saying, like, my dad was the one who really helped me be like, you know what? I'm the shit. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of size, shape, color, whatever it is, that encouragement from parents is necessary. But that draws people to you. Absolutely. Yeah, that's necessary for the parents. You got to sit here and boost your kids.
Yeah, boost your
Have
kids.
to. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, now I do have a question. What I want to know is, for these racial biases that we deal with, and I mean it's so many things. How exactly do you deal with them? And this is for people who are Black and that date Black, and then for other people too who may not be Black and they date Black. Because it's like you want to kind of, how should I say? You want to like prove it wrong. But if you are in a situation and you deal with that racial bias and that person actually is that thing, like how exactly are you dealing with it on that scale? Then?
Are you saying within the relationship,
yes,
or are
within
you
the
saying
relationship? Because like like okay, so let's say like I'm dating someone and I'm like, okay, this racial bias that black men are lazy. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm actually in a relationship with somebody that may be like that. How exactly am I supposed to deal with that? And I mean,
if your man
not
lazy
and
or
not,
not.
and not like carry the whole and not carry like the whole bias over to like the next relationship or over to like the next guy.
Well,
that's learning.
Yes. So she tagged me in.
And it's not for me because I love black men.
Sure.
I'm just saying this for people who may not date and that who may not date inside of the dating while being black.
Well, for one, I think you and I have been on this kind of little mental wavelength. I'm not going to sit here and apply any type of stereotypical biases on nan, nigga, nor woman, or cat, dog, children, baby. I'm just not. If this nigga is lazy, therefore he is lazy. For me, I look at the characteristics of the person. Color, race doesn't necessarily, it's not applicable to me. It's just like, it's not going to make me, oh, well, here's another black man who's lazy. Here's another black woman.
But we're talking about dating while black. Then.
I understand that. But at the same time, for me, that's not my reference point. It's just like she said, I'm looking at this person for who they are. I'm taking these experiences
it doesn't matter.
and learning.
Let's also diminish this right now. Dating while black, we're all gonna do it. Period. It doesn't matter who we date, whether they're white, black, Hispanic, whatever. We're dating while black. We still black.
Yeah,
even if only one side of the relationship is black, we still dating while we black.
We still black. Why are we dating black?
So it really matters. And I'm gonna say, when you were talking about the social bias, I thought in return you were gonna be talking about different people and how they respond to you. Because really, I think white men like me more. I'm petite.
It's true.
I'm not scary.
That's true.
They don't have to worry about what they're gonna do with all this extra stuff. I'm not scary at all.
So
they come right on out the woodworks for you.
You are white guys type.
I'm definitely
real talk.
Type.
They type. They love it. They love it. Yeah, because you know what? You're not.
It is what it is.
I'm
not intimidating.
You're not threatening. Right. You're not like power to the people. Right. Like
I got a little bit of this, I got a little bit of that, I got a little bit of everything. It just is what it is. And it works for everybody. The black guys like it, the white guys like it, Hispanics like it.
It'd be crazy though.
They all love it.
Because some white guys go for that too. They go for the whole opposite you, that you not like power to the people. Some white guys go for that too.
They like the juice.
I have an uncle.
But it's normally the ones who are hanging out with you.
Say that.
Let's be real.
Say that word. That's
and
a
I
word.
definitely don't want them.
No, that's a word.
Because there we go with another stereotype.
Yeah, no. I don't want no Post Malones.
Definitely not.
Wow.
Oh, God.
No.
God.
Negatory.
No.
Absolutely
if you,
not.
And that goes to a whole nother thing. Just be you. I don't want nan white
not.
man.
He is being himself.
No, he's
I don't
not.
know.
No,
I don't
He's
think
being himself.
No, he's not.
Nope. I don't
He
know.
had a Grand Prairie.
I
No.
know. He
had a Grand
I
Prairie.
peeped that.
He's being himself.
No.
He might be.
He was raised
He might
somewhere that was not conducive to the.
You know what? You sure right.
I don't know.
However,
I'm not, but
Y'all gotta look at the inner.
I'm personally
I
not
do.
I'm not a fan of him personally. So that's
I like Post Malone.
I talk shit. So I'm just calling him out because that's a good reference point for me.
Yeah.
Post Malone.
Just the name.
Yeah, just
And
the
you know
name.
what he look like.
And you know him. He's a good. I mean, for me, if I'm gonna date anyone outside of my race, if you white, just be yourself. Just be Bob. Be Bob from from Garden Square Circle. That's fine. Just be yourself. I don't want you. Don't sit here and try to thug it out. And I'm gonna look at you like I'll probably sit and be like, my nigga, this is not what I signed up for.
Definitely
Just
not.
be yourself. So I don't know. I'm a special being when it comes.
I'm gonna say
I'm
Big
single.
Bob, Johnny Dang's dentist. But anyway.
I don't know. Like I said, I've dated outside of my race before, but I personally just love black men. I just foresee myself, procreating with a black man, marrying a black man, and that's just gonna be what my life is. Not to say that I'm not open to dating outside of my race. I just know personally, I love black men, and that's just where I'm at.
They cool. I love them too.
Now
cool.
here's the thing. I mean, and it's like all races. We all have like our bad fucking apples out of the bunch.
Yeah.
You know, that just make
get
it
that,
make
yes.
it. You
Yeah,
know, that make
real
it
talk.
look like, well, damn, I don't want to really go that route because
You just gonna
look at
cancel
what
out
this.
the
You know,
whole-
look at what.
Yeah,
but that's
facts.
but that's what happens sometimes though. It's like I don't really want to go that route because this motherfucking apple over here, he just ain't no good. So you're not even thinking about the other ones that are like out on the other side of the field that actually are. But every race has that.
Very true.
Yeah.
I agree.
God,
Because
I remember
there's white men just like the ones we talked about on the
They
show before.
trifling.
The one who didn't want to move out his damn parents' house
That
at
was
30.
funny.
So we
That
had
was funny.
every fucking race, and then you got in like the Spanish culture, you got the fucking like essays that be on the block with they fucking like Dickie suits on and shit. Every
So I'm just gonna
race has bad
throw one
apples.
more while we're talking about the bad apples. Do we feel like slavery had anything to do with why black men supposedly don't want to take care of their kids? Because that is another big issue
Ooh.
in dating, and there
But that
is
is
a
not
lot-
true. But that is
There
not
are a
true.
lot
That
of
is not
men.
true, though.
Generational
That's
wounds.
not
Wait a
true.
minute, let me finish. Let me
That's
finish.
not true.
What I want to say is, do we think mentally something has been done? Because there are a lot of them. I'm not
Yes.
saying that there's no one who wants to do it, because I have a phenomenal. I mean, my kid's dad is phenomenal. Okay, like it's like the scary kind of phenomenal. Like he does everything. He takes care of other people's kids too.
That's wonderful.
Like he's that.
Kudos to
person.
him.
So I'm definitely not saying that they're not out there. What I'm saying is, do we feel like there's something that has drifted down out
Yes.
of who knows where, familiar curses that has created a situation? There's a lot of women out there struggling, man. I'm telling you, it's a lot.
That's facts.
But I do know it's choices in who you decide to date. But when it comes to a child, it kind of seems like you would get past some of that.
I don't know. I kind of feel like it's in the household too, though. Outside of it being like trickling down from it being like, oh, it was passed along from a slavery mentality. I feel like it's in the household, because if you were in a household as a man where you feel like your parents didn't really like give a shit about you, and you kind of had to like bring yourself up, or you didn't have a father in the home, then you are not going to foresee that it's important that your child has a father in the home too.
I think at that point you are an adult.
Hello.
Like you know what's right and what's wrong, and if you create a life, you should want to provide for that. Like, what makes you
I agree.
not have
You
that
do.
nurturing
You
piece?
do.
I
You
agree.
do.
I don't understand
There's
why that's
something
missing. Something's missing there.
And that's why I'm saying, where is
That's
it
facts.
coming from?
I think I
I
don't
need
want to
to
say
know.
generational curses or things. I feel
I
like
do feel like it.
I feel like it
Gotta
could
be
be
something.
something.
It's got to be
It has
something
to
It's
be
bigger.
something. Yeah, I agree. I think it is something bigger that has down the line. I don't even want to necessarily say from slavery. I just want to say in general, somewhere between the decades and things happen. You know what I'm saying? Look how drugs was brought into our. I'm just saying, look how
I feel like
drugs
we
were
don't
brought into
see
our
that.
community.
I just feel like we don't see that a lot anymore. There's so many men, and I don't, and maybe I'm just not around guys that just like dip out on their kids. But I just don't
Yeah.
really see that happening a lot in these days. And
I
again,
do.
maybe it's just because I'm not around those type of guys.
Yeah.
But the guys that I do know in my current life who have kids, they are there for their kids.
But you don't have homegirls or friends who don't.
And now I got
Yeah.
some homegirls that got some trifling ass baby
Right.
daddies, but they're not
Exactly.
just completely out of the kid's life.
Okay.
They're there. They just shitty parents.
But still, at the same time, I think shitty parents that applies.
That applies
That
as
definitely applies to the situation. I think, like I was saying, it's just like I think something between segregation, where family unit amongst black people was very tight. Then even financially, our community was stronger. All of these things back then to now, it's so many different things that has happened in the U.S. over the past couple years that I don't want to necessarily say disintegrated the black family, but
Disintegrated.
I think a little bit. I think we're building back up. You know what I'm saying? I see more of us getting married now. More of us are retaining marriage. Actually holding on strong.
Here we go. Here we
Okay,
go.
hell
You
no.
said the
Hello
M
there.
word.
Hold on,
Okay, go
hold
ahead.
on, hold
I'm
on, because
just
I gotta address this.
It's true.
Go ahead. We're gonna address this comment too.
I'm
We're gonna address your comment.
I'm done.
You said the M word.
I did.
That's definitely not happening.
I disagree.
What did you?
I
I think that
definitely
people.
disagree
I
with
think that
marriage.
people are getting. I think that people are getting married, but
Yeah.
I definitely do not think it is on a level that it needs to be.
Oh, no,
like
no, I
before
didn't say
these
that.
children, before things happen, and then you're so torn up and scorned by the time you meet the one who you probably should be marrying. You already married somebody else. You done something else. Like there's a lot of disconnect in that. And why are we even getting married? Is that right for the African American family right now?
But there's
So-
different types of families though
So,
as well.
King Mason has a
Yeah, I
question
read that
here,
earlier.
okay, and let's address that. So he says, "It's amazing how this phrase don't take care of their black kids, but when they marry outside their race, they become the most upstanding and outstanding father."
That's a good
Let's
question.
address that.
That's-
And I think I think that sorry, because I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen,
Whoa.
bro. I've seen it happen.
You're right.
And I just don't understand. I don't understand it either. Like, what in your mind shifts when you've had this child, this child with this black woman, and then you are just absent as a fucking father. Just absent, just shit. That kid don't know you from the fucking mailman. You know what I'm saying? And
They
then
want
you
to
go
do
and
better.
get another, you go and you have kids with another woman, and you just this like rock star dad. I don't understand that. I do want to know what the fuck is that about.
I believe it has to do with the connection with the woman. She is number two,
Agree.
encouraging him, maybe not being on his ASS so much in regards to.
Just say it.
I know I'm not used to it.
I know.
In regards to how she deals with him when it comes to the baby, and he
Agreed.
wants to do better because he is missing that connection with his own child, and possibly hoping that other lady might come around. But we know that's not happening because now she's mad because you're over here being the whole house daddy.
But then at the
But
same
is she
time,
though? Is she though? Why
She's
she gotta
upset.
be mad? Not
She's
all
mad.
baby
She's
mamas
upset.
are mad.
She's
But
upset,
she's upset.
because she wanted
Like,
that
not
house
all of
daddy.
them are mad.
Otherwise, she wouldn't have had a baby with him if she did
Facts.
not think that he was going to maybe want to come in. Because a lot of people are trapping, a lot of people
Hello.
are not trapping. But when you realize, you expect somebody to step up, and when you realize that they are not who you thought they were,
say that. Woo, that's facts. I ain't got no kids, but that's the truth right there. And you done took the words out of my mouth.
Come on,
I agree.
come
No,
on,
I agree.
come
And
on.
real
Because
quick,
I've been there. I mean, listen. I've had this. I understand the situation. I'll say that. And
Yeah, that's
that
true.
is not the case, because even if I'm to have a child with someone and I expected them to be this stand-up guy and they weren't, and we just are not together, I'm still gonna expect you to be a part of this child's
let me tell you
life.
something. And maybe I move a little different. I'm a firm believer in expectations. You know what I'm saying? As far as not having them, as much as I would love, ideally speaking, yeah, I would love for you to be there for me and this child. But on the other hand, sometimes shit happens. People
no,
aren't.
sometimes it comes along with too much.
Exa-
like a
exactly.
couple of, ass
Exactly.
kickings.
Yeah.
Let's say that. There's definitely abuse going on in tons of relationships out
Agreed.
here where people cannot stay with these men, and then they expect you just because you got a baby.
about abuse.
Just because I'm just saying it's part of dating.
I'm
I'm just
Let's
talking
be
about
real.
I'm just talking about he wasn't shit.
Okay.
And he had a
I'm just
baby.
saying, but
and he cannot be
Shit, I'm
shit.
talking
He
about.
cannot be shit at the same time, and he talking down on you. He doing all
Facts.
kinds. There's different forms of abuse. So there's all different types of things that could play into this. So you had to
Yeah.
let him go, even though you want him to help with the baby.
So let's get into that too, because we do have this. We have not still addressed the myth of the strong black woman, and I feel like as that myth, there are pros and there are cons to it, because we've all been, just as black women, a part of this system of being this strong black woman. We've taken some pride in that, but there's downfall to that shit
You
too.
can be too
because
strong.
you
That's me.
can be too strong, but at the same
That's me.
and with that being
Say it.
being too strong thing, that does happen on the backlash of women not expressing themselves about when they're in abusive relationships.
Very true.
Because
It
you feel
definitely
like
happens.
you're so strong, and I'm not going to let people in on this, because to the outside that's going to make me look weak. And then some women are just
It's not
nutty
even
as
about
fuck.
looking weak.
I
It's
think it's
freaking
just pride.
embarrassing.
Yeah,
I think it's just pride.
but that's the thing too. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
some women are just like so nutty as fuck that they think that if I allow somebody to kind of like help me, then that makes me weak altogether on my own.
But let's
And
be
that's not
real.
the
A lot
thing.
of that comes from stuff that happened when you were young. You
True.
watched it, you saw it. Your mother probably went through the same
Yeah.
thing. So then they take a back seat, okay? They get quiet
Yeah.
about it because they saw it happen and they said that they were going to be better than that. And
Yeah.
they're sitting there dealing with the same thing that their mom was dealing with. I always consider myself a second generation. Like, I came up out of that. You're not
Facts.
going to hit me. I'm going to pop you first and run. If it
Not
comes
pop
down
you.
to it, okay? I got to get out of there because I'm not trying to die. Because you can die at the hands of somebody on an
Okay.
accident.
We'll talk about
I
that.
absolutely agree. But we're gonna cut it just for like 2 seconds.
We are.
Because this portion of the show is sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, our vision is to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We are committed to the finest possible oral care and the overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel that they are a part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable. Dr. Batiste and her team works tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make your appointment today with Dr. Ashandra Batiste at Elite Dental Wellness by calling 713-789-8680. And also Facebook, while we have you guys. We appreciate all the comments. We appreciate y'all for engaging in our conversation. We do know that this is a very, very, very big topic, and it can get a little heated because everybody has different opinions, some that we agree on and some that we do not. However, we appreciate you guys for tuning in with us. So, at this time, Facebook Live, we ask that you subscribe to our show on all major platforms, including iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. Review our show in iTunes with constructive feedback. Share this Facebook Live post and the entire show with your family and friends. Donate to our mission to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every week. You can donate at www.thespear.tv/donate. Alrighty. Now, what was we talking about? What was your topic at hand?
Woo. This dating.
We had to take a little step back, okay? Because it was, it was getting
Got a little heated.
crazy up in
Got a
here. You know
little
what I'm saying?
So we were talking about, and y'all, since we're back, just in case you're just tuning in, my name is Tennille. I do talk about relationships on my show, but you can follow me at simply.Tennille on Instagram. And I'm sure that I'll be back here because this is lovely, having a wonderful time. We're going to keep talking about this dating situation.
Great.
Can we just talk about the riffraff and some of the things that are going on with these youngsters talking about, I'm not on a date with you, I'm going on a meet and greet. Have y'all heard that?
No.
Guys are not going on dates with girls at this point in time. They are going on meet and greets. They want to see how she looks in person because of internet dating. They are talking and getting together on these
No,
internet, and now they want to see what you look like in person. So even though he's paying for the food, even though y'all met up there, you on a meet and greet. You're not on a date.
Let me tell y'all something,
I
okay? Let me tell y'all something. We ain't going on no goddamn meet and greet, okay?
Thank you.
We are not doing
Thank
that.
you.
If we
Absolutely
have
not.
set a date and a time and we done met up somewhere, nigga, if I have agreed to this, we are on a date. The fuck? Get
We
out of
are
here.
on a
Meet
date.
and greet.
If you paying for my food, I don't care if we drove in separate cars because I don't want you to know where I'm staying off the muscle, okay?
Yeah, no,
I
we're not
definitely
doing that
don't
either.
want that. So if we meet up and you pay for my food and we have good conversation and I gave you my time, we're definitely on a date.
Who the fuck invented meet and greets?
The meet
for
and greet.
dating?
First of all, this is
Wait a
like
minute, did you say young folks? We're not doing that. That
Yep.
is a disclaimer. I don't know who
Child.
started that. We're not doing that.
it's the young folks,
No,
but
we're
it's
not
Definitely
doing
the
that.
young folks because an old man know if he take me somewhere and I dress up and put on my clothes,
baby,
we on a date.
First of all, you paying.
I don't care if I don't like you. I don't care if you the whole sugar daddy action.
That's facts.
Baby, we on a date, okay? You
That's
might
true.
not get your happy ending, but we there.
Oh my gosh.
That's facts, though. I feel like it is something that the younger folks are doing. I mean, Because it's so many different things. There's ghosting. When did ghosting really? That's
Ghosting been around. Ghosting been
no,
around.
No, it
Ghosting has been around.
No, it has not.
I didn't have
We didn't
avenue
have
for ghosting when I was young.
Shit.
We didn't really have ghosting. Like now it's like legit. Niggas is pulling Caspers.
You want to know why? Because people be all on the. Because a lot of people, whether they want to say it or not, a lot of people meet on social media these days. Like, come on, bro. Like, let's just get over that whole like lying about where you met each other. Y'all met on Instagram.
Really?
You slid in the DM.
That?
People still lie about
do
it.
that.
You slid in the DM. It is what
Don't
it is.
lie.
That's cool.
No, I'm not.
You know what I'm saying? Like, stop lying about it. But that's why motherfuckers is getting ghosted, because y'all sliding in DMs and people don't look like what they look like on IG.
See, I haven't dated through social media
Me
before.
neither.
Luckily,
I don't do
I'm
that.
very blessed that the ones that's hollering at me, they find it in person, and I see them, and it's like, hey, how y'all doing? So luckily for me, that's my experience.
Right.
I don't do people don't slide in my DMs that much. Thank God, because I'll probably curse
Nobody's
them out.
sliding in mine either.
But I mean, my thing is this: I feel like now it's so many different things that people want to avoid calling things what they really are. Situationships, meet and greet.
It's because
ghosting,
we have
all of these
created
things.
this entire world out there that's make believe. You can be exactly who you want to be on the interwide web.
Agreed.
Okay, so at this point, when you stunting in front of people's cars while you in Las Vegas because they all on the street in Miami and whatever else, you out on the
ain't
beach,
done that
you
before.
got Bad Bae sitting next to you.
No, I ain't
She not really with you. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? Like, there's tons of things like that going on. When you catch them up, what are they gonna say? Of course, they got to come up missing or doing whatever, because what are they gonna say at this point? Definitely stay out of my DM,
Facts.
because I'm not talking to nobody like that on the internet. If I meet you, which I've done as well in person, somebody had the nerve to tell me that they had been knowing me for 3 years. I said, excuse me?
Who and
You-
how?
That's
you've
a little
known me-
weird.
You've known me for 3 years? Yeah, I see you on here and you're acting funny with me.
Did we ever speak?
When did we speak? When did I ever see your face?
Okay, that's a little weird, but I will say it is a real thing to like have somebody on your social media that you like, I want to say communicate with all the time, but you know how you just comment, tweet, shit like that. It kind of feels
I'm
it's
too
not
old for that.
it's not a like I know you,
Yeah.
but it's like I'm familiar with you on my timeline type shit. So if I see you in person, then I'm gonna like
I'm not
speak
familiar
you.
with anyone
I'm
on
gonna
my
speak with you.
timeline. I'm gonna tell you now, unless I grew up with you or whatever, I don't know you.
Some people
You're
are
a
just
stranger.
like that, though. Some people are just like that, though. And it's no different from, following a celebrity's life and feeling like bits and pieces about what's going on with them. You don't.
You definitely
You don't. But you're going to feel
So
like
you
you do
damn
because
sure
they've
don't know
given
nothing
you
about
enough
me.
information.
I don't know. I'm really indifferent, because even with that online, like I had someone recently call me by my Instagram name in person, and I was like, this makes me want to close my whole profile. Like, this is fucking weird. Don't do that. Like, just say, hey, are
Well,
we
maybe
friends?
they think you want to
No,
be called that.
no, but
I
that's
can get
weird.
that. Maybe they think you want to be
No,
called
I
that
don't
because
like
that's
that.
what you put out there as your Instagram
I
name.
understand, but that's
My
fucking-
Facebook is Natalie Young. That it goes right with who I am.
Right, but that to me, I would prefer a proper introduction. Just, hey, you know what? I think you and I are friends. Not, hey,
Oh,
da-da-da-da-da.
yes. Definitely.
Like,
Don't
nigga,
be
I
talking to me like
fucking
I'm
know
your
you.
friend.
That's fucking weird as fuck. You want me? I feel like I should block you now. Like, this is awkward.
I'm
I
definitely
don't
not
like
taking
it.
time to block
I don't.
anybody either.
No,
Oh, no, I block.
I
block
block
the shit
people.
out you.
But I'm just
Phone
saying, like,
numbers
I don't.
on
I don't know.
IG.
I'm different. I
These
don't
are-
like online dating either versus social media versus Tinder.
Yeah, I need to
any
meet
of this
you.
shit. I have to meet
I
you.
don't do any
I
of that.
do more. What's the word? Serendipity is my favorite word. I like to meet people by a good luck or happenstance, and it's like, oh, we vibing. I mean, prime example, met somebody, and we are vibing. They're vegan. I'm not, but I'm interested. This is great. Just we have this college experience and everything. We bond and we vibe, and I'm like, yes, I'm interested. Like, this is good. Let's see what happens.
Where
I
this
like
goes.
organic in-person interaction, even when it comes to text messaging. I'm not a big texter. I do it for business. I text more for business because that's what, I mean, for one, hell,
And it
we
keeps
all busy.
you a record.
Right. Also, I like paper trail. Right. So I'll text, but I'm more of a, I like to see you. Pick up this phone and call me. People don't do that anymore because we live in this microwave society where everybody wants everything quick, fast, in a hurry. And people don't want to be vulnerable. People don't want to.
Okay,
it's facts.
What is going on? Because
What
I'm so sorry. If we are talking, we're gonna talk on the phone. We're gonna talk on the phone,
A lot
and
of people
especially
don't.
with FaceTime.
These guys on the
we
phone
send
are dry.
FaceTime.
They ain't talking about nothing. They don't have anything
don't
real
talk
to
on the
talk
phone.
I
about.
think that comes with the guy that you're talking to. Some
think that's
guys
most
are
men.
just not talkers. Some guys are just not talkers, and some guys are. Because I've literally been on the phone with a guy for like 2 hours. Not
And he
even
lying
knowing,
about something. If
not
you're on the
even-
phone over 5 minutes, you're lying.
I
not
agree.
even knowing that
Something
we've
right.
been on the phone for 2 hours, but we're having a whole conversation. And I can pick up
And
the
he
phone
bored.
and FaceTime you too.
He ain't got nothing
Same
to do.
thing. No, we will literally be on the phone, both of us like doing some shit,
Something
and
ain't right.
we're talking to one another. I've definitely done that before.
I mean, I haven't done that in a while. I'm not going to sit
I
and
just
say I
had
haven't
a whole
done it.
45-minute conversation with somebody.
I have not
guy
been on the phone.
talking.
I have not.
What
been
y'all
on
was
the
talking
phone.
about?
I haven't been on the phone with anybody that long in forever.
Now hold the press.
Like a legit somebody who I'm possibly interested with. Never. I have not. It's been a long time. I don't want to say never. It's maybe been about a year since I've been on the phone legit with somebody like, hey, let's just shop
Oh,
it
you
up.
gonna be my
For
man.
30,
If we're
40
doing
minutes.
all of that, you my man.
We together.
We putting it all the way
depending on
down.
the guy.
It's all the way down. It's
I
the
have a
whole
guy friend that
smack
calls
down.
me
to
like
happen.
literally almost every other day, and we talk on the phone all the time about shit, about absolutely nothing. But we
Is he
talk
gay?
on the phone. No, like that's my
I was just
friend.
about to
I was just
That is
asking.
my friend.
I was too.
That's my friend.
Are you sure he's
He'll
not gay?
FaceTime me.
That was my next question.
He'll call me. Like we talk all the time.
Okay.
We'll have long conversations about absolutely nothing, just seeing how each other's life is. I
He
think
just
it
trying to
comes
see
with
how
the-
unoccupied you are.
it
I'm just
comes-
letting you know.
It comes with the guy.
He gonna wait and go in for the kill.
It comes with the guy.
Okay. So the
Yeah.
type of guy.
Yes.
So that definitely makes a difference. I feel like the type of guy, and a lot of y'all are dating people
Not a lot of
who are
y'all.
the same as your ex. I have to repeat that one more time. You're dating
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
person as your ex because that's what you attract, and you need to learn how to get into better situations. Put yourself in a different place with people who are more like-minded as yourself.
Well, first
Facts.
that comes with you having to change things about yourself
Yes.
that attracts the person that you don't want to be with.
Very
Because
true.
even if you are like, oh, I want to attract this different person, if your mindset is still the same or the mannerisms of what you do are still the same, then you're still going to get that same bad fish.
We talked about this today on my show, and if you are running out there, you're finally dating, you get out there and you're giving it up every time on the first date, you're going to keep running into those guys who want to treat you like that first date hoe. So you got to stop.
Yeah.
You got to
I
stop.
concur.
Just don't do it that first
Listen,
date.
listen. If you're gonna be out here on the spree, just popping it open or whatever, just don't expect things, to go further than that first
That.
date. That's all I'm gonna say.
It may go
you can
further.
go out there.
It may go further.
Listen, if you
but
gonna
it
go
ain't
out there and pussy pop, do it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if that's what you want to do that. But just know that while you're in the realm of doing that, don't expect for it to grow out of no relationship.
Now,
it could
now.
happen, but
Now,
it's
now.
not likely.
Nah, I disagree.
It ain't
Okay.
likely.
I
Go
disagree
ahead.
with that. Maybe once again I'm a little bit sex positive when it comes to things like that, and I've had quite a few experiences with people who I actually really fell in love with and developed some of the best relationships I've had.
Off
We
a
fucked
smash
the-
down
while
on the
you was
first
pussy
We
night.
fucked the first time. Like, no lie. Like, we had sex the first time. And ever since then, it was like, I don't know. Like, one person I dated, one of my exes, we dated for 9 years, on and off. So, and we had sex the first time. So, I'm just saying, we fucked the first time. So, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like do what you feel
Do what
is right.
I'm gonna say.
And
I'm gonna agree with that. I
Yeah,
have to put
because
that.
this
Do
shit's
what
different.
feels good. I'm not saying
Yeah.
don't ever do that, but if this is something that you're consistent with and
Then
you
it's
doing it
different.
all the time,
Then that's different.
definitely
Yeah,
different. Like
that's
if it
different.
turns, what I said was, if you're doing that all the time and it's bringing you a bad vibe. Cool. Now you're different with it because it brought you a whole 9-year relationship, so you think it's okay.
I'm just saying from my
Y'all
experience.
see how I slid that in there,
Yeah,
right?
I peeped that. I'm just saying, but like real talk though, it's just like at the end of the day, I feel like do what makes you feel right. For me, I feel like that rule of not fucking the first time, fuck that.
I'm not saying a
I
rule.
just feel like there's no rule. There's no rule.
But a lot of people
who is
say
this?
that there's a rule.
There's
No
no
one knows.
rule. We don't know. But
But a
here's
lot
the
of
thing
people
too.
says it is.
Even if you listen, let me tell you something. It is a such thing as plotting on pussies and plotting on dick. People do that, okay? Because a motherfucker will court you. They will court you for
If
as
you
long as
require
it takes.
it.
No, they'll court you for
Facts.
as long as it takes. If they are just trying to get a smash out of you, that is all that they will
Who's
do.
done that? Because niggas don't court no more.
I mean, like talk to you. I mean, like be around you. Like y'all talking, y'all may be going out here and there. And even if you haven't like had sex with them on the very first night, it don't mean that if you have sex with them 3 weeks later that they still ain't gonna dip out on you.
I mean, I think I agree with that. I think that's anybody. I think that could be anybody. However, courting now, the level of courting I expect or that I know is different because now a lot of people expect courting just us hanging out, kicking it. You pay for a meal here and there. No. Legit courting is like you need to put some time in. You need to really show that you are interested. And you know what? If we do smash in between the courting, that's fine too. I don't see no problems with that either because I'm just speaking some real shit. Y'all don't have to agree. Whatever. It's me. Real shit. If I'm dating you consistently, like maybe a good 2 months. And you really, I see you are interested in me. Shit, I might go and give you some, maybe before. I don't see no problem.
I see no problem with that.
I don't see no
There's
problems with
specific
that.
timeline. That's the thing. There's
It depends
no
on your
specific
vibe with the person.
timeline.
But a lot
Everybody
of people,
talks about vibes and they
Yeah.
throw it out there. Sometimes you have really good connections with people really early.
You do.
But I'm going to say this. Sometimes it's a ploy.
Yeah,
Sometimes it is a ploy.
But you gotta know better.
Sometimes it is a ploy.
But if you knew better, you do better.
But that's what I meant the first time, you know. And
That's
when I
true.
said court, I didn't mean like court. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to get to know you.
Yeah.
Niggas will drag you along until they smash.
Yeah, but if you knew better, you do better. And at the end of the day, you gotta be up on game just as much as these niggas. I don't know about y'all, or I'm not saying y'all. I'm saying y'all as the audience. I'm just saying, fuck that. You ain't gonna get over on me, cause nigga, I'ma see that shit a mile away. Shit, nigga, this is chess. This ain't checkers. I already see what it is you trying to do. If you want to get some, just be clear. Cause hell, I might be with the shits. Really,
That's the thing.
I'm just saying.
That's the thing too. Okay, let's jump into that real quick because we really like out of time. We're gonna wrap the show up because I hate this whole stigma around like dating some guy or dating a guy and talking to them and then like if you're a girl and you want to have sex with them, then you just want to have sex with them. It doesn't
Right.
have to be a bad thing because niggas do it too. And it's like, it's not a big deal when niggas do it. It's like, oh, I just really want to smash her, but I'm not really interested in talking to you. Girls can do it too. It's a fucking thing and it can be okay. Like, stop trying to make girls out here seem like they just hoes and they sluts because, oh, I'm just talking to him and I want to have sex with him and then that's it.
Yeah, but I think that just brings a whole nother thing. You know, I'm very keen on without finance, there can be no romance. So this portion of the show is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% or more than 77 million of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month, and 39% of adults say they don't have enough savings. Don't become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you today. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services. So all of those, that's funny, we coming out the commercial. All you fuck boys out there who don't want to pay or do meet and greets, get your money up with Houston Housewives of Finance. They'll get you together.
Amen.
And then that way you can actually go on that date and not do a meet and greet and roll out. Be a gentleman. Get your money up.
Oh.
Saying.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's all I gotta say about that one. So, and then, well, this is it. Okay. Well, let's just
You
roll each
had
other
so
out.
much fun. You didn't even know.
I really did. I didn't know what was happening here. I guess let's just roll each other out then. So I guess since it's on me, I'll just roll myself out. So thank you for coming to hashtag today. You know, with our lovely guest, Simply Tennille, as I'm gonna call her. I like Simply Tennille. I think that just
Do it.
sounds better.
Do
Simply Tennille, like
Simply, it's just
Simply
me.
Tennille, just you.
When you realize that it's just me,
Exactly, just
it'll be much
Tennille.
better.
Yeah,
Goes easier.
she definitely has to come back because this has been very interactive and just the Black girl magic energy vibe in here has been amazing. So we're going to let her go ahead and roll herself out. Tell us where you can find her and what she has going on and all of that good shit. So.
All right, everybody. It is not that hard. My name is Tennille from the I'm Just Saying talk show. On the second half of my show, I do topics just like this each and every Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So you can catch me there, 953jams.com. You can also find me again on simply.Tennille on Instagram. Facebook is Natalie Young. And that's about it for right now. I've got some other things coming up, so y'all just keep watching, and I'll be right there.
Great.
We will keep watching.
Good.
I think the show was really good. It was really
Good.
interesting. A lot of
Dating while
opinions
Black.
and topics here. So I feel like we have so much more to go on for the Dating While Black. So we will more than likely have a second segment to this, okay? 'Cause
Yeah.
there is more shit to talk about. And I feel like we all did not get out exactly how we feel or express, enough about the Dating While Black experience.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we are closing out the show. We appreciate you guys for being here and tuning in with us. And it was your girl, Tiffany Noko. And Chris gonna go ahead and take us out today.
Yeah, I'm going to take us out today. So everybody listening, children, cats, dogs, babies, husband, wives, whatever, thank you for watching and listening to Hashtag. I just want to shout out a few people that were on Facebook. Kevin, we got you on that referral fee, my guy. So thank you for that. Who else was on there? Clinton was on there. Gary, I seen you in there as well. It was a few folks in there. So thank you for interacting with us today on Hashtag. Once again, my name is Chrissy Vett. You can find me on Instagram at Shershay, not Churches, nigga. Shershay. It's Creole. So Shershay_la_Chris down here below, as well as my website, www.blackoutofthebox.com, where we are still giving away 4 tickets to Urban Camp Weekend. Check us out for that. And also, lastly, but definitely not least, this portion of the show is sponsored by The Sphere. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Thank you, guys. So we out. Bye. Gang, gang.